is my joy to welcome you to Flores United Methodist Church.
Faith250 is an effort to help local congregational clergy reach out to their neighbors and fellow clergy and start conversations about the deeper meaning of America.
Faith250 centers us around the hope and promise of America.
But all of us, one nation under God. And the concept of God here is very important. God does not discriminate. God could have created all people look the same. The beauty of America is the diversity.
It is people coming together to talk about these sacred texts, for lack of a better word.
The first is the New Colossus, the poem that's inscribed on the Statue of Liberty, written by Emma Lazarus. The second is the Declaration of Independence. We also have the third text, which is America the Beautiful by Catherine Bates. And the fourth text is What to the Slave is the 4th of July by Frederick Douglass, a speech given in 1852 in Corinthian Hall in Rochester, New York.
But even more than that, what our values are as Americans.
By studying these documents, we can learn to love each other civically and love each other despite whatever policy or partisan differences we may hold.
But it also reminds us of the hope and promise that has not yet been experienced by everyone.
We are like a salad bowl, not melting pot. A very diverse, beautiful salad bowl.
When Ramadan is going on and the conservative synagogue that has all kosher food inside makes a space for an iftar to take place at the right time during this event so that everybody has what they need. It's beautiful. It just brings tears to my eyes to think about how it feeds us to show that kind of hospitality.
I believe a sense of belonging here, and I don't want anyone to tell me I don't belong.
These are opportunities for faith-based conversations to go deeper and celebrate more inspirationally the meaning of this country for all of us.
I arrived with a lot of speculation and, a lot of apprehension, but the conversation very, very quickly took us to a very deep place.
My wife was sitting there watching the American Muslim kids opening the game, the national anthem.
Yeah.
I cried.
Yeah.
And I say, I wish everybody who said Muslim don't belong to America can see this.
Wow.
And I realized this was not going to be an ordinary experience.
The purpose is these conversations, these relationships, people of faith coming together, stepping up, and being able to articulate our hopes for this country.
You can almost feel the anxiety they're carrying. And then when they sit down at the table, and the tin of baked ziti is passed around, and then the first question is something like, tell us about the story of how your family came to North America, right? That's not a partisan question. And you can watch the anxiety just evaporate.
One of the intentions is to bring communities and neighbors together in civil discourse. We want to live up to the ideals of the foundings of America and continue to work towards that golden rule, love thy neighbor as thyself.
I've been going to these interfaith events since I was 5 or 6, and now doing it alongside my dad, who has inspired me to do this work, is just, it's very meaningful.
We all agreed, and that was what was lovely, and that's what's really nice about these gatherings. It's like, we have more in common than we think.
Instead of being so committed to talking about what makes us different, use that same energy to spend time talking and thinking about what makes us the same.
America, America, God shed His grace on thee.
When you hear a group of people singing together, you hear the sound of human beings breathing out loud together. When that happens, we're moved not only cognitively, but we're also moved affectively in ways we can't even describe with words. Singing is interesting because singing has the power to cut through.
Absolutely. The universal man.
This experience has lent itself for real engagement that has been not necessarily comfortable, but necessary.
It's America. And America of 250 should be better than America 100 years ago, and we hope this moment will create a better America tomorrow.
It's one thing to watch the news or read in print stories. It's another thing to sit across the table from somebody and they tell you or share with you their personal firsthand experience.
Tonight, it is important for all of us to note and to understand that every voice matters, that every experience has value, and then finally, that every person deserves respect.
It changes the dynamics in the room.
The sense of belonging to me is this room here. There are pastors, reverends, imam, and rabbi, and we've been hosted in a synagogue.
When you put a face to these realities, it changes how you view the story because it's no longer ambiguous.
That's what America should look like.
Right. You can ask further questions and reach further truths and make assessments about where we are as a nation and as a people.
For me, the idea of this 250 is about sense of belonging.
Yeah.
Everybody belongs.
Everybody. Without conversation, we will never get anywhere.
I am called to do this work because I love my neighbors. I want to know my neighbors. I want to share time with my neighbors. I want to hear what is on their mind and what's causing them to struggle.
All of us, we have in our religion the concept of love thy neighbor. And in this 250th anniversary, we want to celebrate that. The American who does not look like us.
If you're coming to Faith 250, you're coming with an open heart towards learning, towards being a good neighbor to someone who's not the same as you. Even though we're across different faith traditions, we're both not so different after all, but we're also loving each other in our differences, right?
May God bless the Commonwealth of Virginia. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless the whole wide world.
There is a time and space for us to do what we do, but then there's also a time and space for us to do it collectively.
I have had so many conversations with people who go to my church who are going to go to the fellowship night, and on the way there they didn't want to. And then they go into this room and there's this collective effervescence, and they leave and they say, I'm so glad I came.
It's soul satisfying, soul soothing, and you meet people that you don't cross paths with very easily.
The very fact that people are engaging and coming to the table and at such large numbers suggests that there is hope.
My community tells me every time they leave that gathering, they felt very uplifted and really amazing feeling of oneness, one nation under God. It not become a cliche, it become a reality.
And at the end of the day, it was the good news. It was God's word. He may use a certain section of my sacred text, but it's all the good book.
We're all here because we all believe in something bigger, something higher, right? And we share that hope and belief in God.
We realize with this, we're not starting from scratch. We're actually taking on a new conversation for this moment that probably had been going on a really long time. We had just not noticed it was there.
We ask for your help so that we see the way that you see, that we begin to embody your truth, and that we help each other to see the beauty in this world. It comes when we are together.